So that was the end of that basic tutorial thing that I was going through. So I can bring this back up now. So the next steps, continue to build on your HUD you create in the quick start guide. Go to the create main menu, create a pause menu. Yes, which is what we're looking to do next. The engine features page. Okay, so let's go for main menu, shall we? So these are one of the ones that I wanted to do earlier. So we'll move this to the side again. If anyone wants to play along at home. There is what I'm using. I guess the ++ makes more sense there than Worm, you say. Okay, so it's like backwards compatible, if you will. I don't know. Oh, quality of life. I was wondering what QOL was then for a sec. Right, you have to order it before it, like above. Well, typically in C++, you kind of have a header file which you include. And so all the declarations will go at the top. So that means they're all declared before you use them. But I think I get your point anyway. The order of the functions when you write them out need to... Use headers in C as well, do you? Okay, sweet. Oh, that bloody coffee was good. I'm going to make another one soon. I have a small mug. My big mug, I've washed my dishes now, so they're nice and clean. But this morning, my big mug was dirty from yesterday. So I had to resort to the small Christmas penguin mug that I have. That doesn't hold much of this liquid. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this next set of exercises then. So we want to create a main menu. It says you can use the same project for what we just did, so that's great. First, a bit of business to create the layout of a main menu, which we will do below. So open your main menu widget blueprint. Oh yeah, we made a couple of these earlier, didn't we? So if we go into widgets, we made a main menu. Huzzah! Okay. On the designer tab, drag and drop widgets from the palette to the hierarchy to below to achieve the following setup. So we want to have a couple of things. First off, we want an image. Then we want a vertical box. So that's going to be in panel. Vertical box. You can type it at the top, but I quite like learning where they live. Yeah, I was meant to give it to charity after I said, like, my auntie give it to me, and I mean it's two cute penguins. It's a generic Christmassy mug, but it was nice that she gave it to me. Don't get me wrong, but I try not to accumulate gifts that I don't particularly love. So my deal was I'll use it for a year and then I'll give it to charity after that. But now it's past Christmas time and I'm like, oh, and I've still got it. But I don't need 4 mugs when I'm living alone. So maybe this Christmas I'll give it away. It's not chipped, so someone else could at least get some use out of it for 10p or something. But all the charity shops and everything's been a bit well, I don't know how it's working at the moment with the COVID situation. Past Christmas is before Christmas. No. Who know? You only hate Christmas because there's no flamethrowers. Halloween, though, that's your time of year, right? Okay, so we're making a vertical box as well, and then within that vertical box, we want to add a text block and a button. No, a text block and then 3 buttons with text blocks inside of them. So these are the common ones. We go into text, like so, and then we want to add a button, and then within that, we want to add some text, like so. And then we are going to duplicate this, like so. So you'd hope that the text fits into the box, but we haven't set any settings to say do that yet. The text is going to show everything that it can. There's probably some overflow settings we could change in there. Is there overflow? Or truncate? Imagine there's something in there, wouldn't you? Oh well. Maybe not. You've learned everything you needed? What have you been up to then, Brain? You've been going fast, boy, where I've been going slow mode, is it? Sounds about right. Okay. Select the vertical box in the hierarchy and then right-click it. And copy it. Are we copying this? Right click on the canvas and then select paste to create a second copy of it. Okay. Alrighty, Brain. I'll try and finish the chunk I'm doing now, dude, and then I will have a look. Yeah, Brainoid probably has. Brainoid doesn't like taking things slow. He'll just go straight to what he needs to know. Whereas I take baby steps, otherwise I get stressed out. And basically what I wanted to try and get through going through tutorials is like the right way to set things up. But I do worry these tutorials are going to be too surface level. And in the end, I'm not going to get much of an insight in the right way to hook things up. But okay. Rename it to main menu over here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Like so. Having spaces in names generally makes me feel a bit bad, so let's get rid of that. And set the Z order to 1. Okay, this is something I don't normally play around with. Okay. We are naming the widget for clarity and setting it to a variable so that we can access it, as well as setting the Z order so it appears on the top of our image, which we will set in a moment. So we have to tick up here as well, so we can refer to this. Okay, that's something. Is variable. That's a bit of a subtlety. When creating widgets in a widget, tick is variable to expose it. Okay. Uno Maestro. That's always a struggle with tutorials. A lot cover the basics. The more advanced stuff is entirely down to investigation, experimentation, and little snippets of knowledge. Yeah, the thing is, I've done stuff like this before where I've studied a topic in the past. I did a decent amount with it. And I'll go, I'll just go and try and do something complicated. And then I get stressed because I can't remember how to do the basics. But everyone has different ways of learning. It's not a problem. And the point of these series is to go from a basic point of view. So I'm glad to hear Brainoid is doing good though, and we will have a look at what he's done probably in around 10 minutes once I finish doing this tutorial. So the Z order is so it will show above the picture. So rename each of the buttons as shown in the image below. Oh yeah, here we go. Renaming. So this is good. This is the kind of thing we would have on a game jam anyway, so I don't mind doing a bit of time practice in this. Has he got a fourth button? Yeah, that's cheeky. Sorry, it just said, it didn't mention it, but all of a sudden he's got an extra button down here. Let's just duplicate these. Rid of that then. This one down here. Save me typing the bloody same thing out again. Okay. So update each of the text widgets as shown for the text selection under the content. Is he saying multiple values? Oh, he's saying do each one at a time. Okay, let's have a look anyway. So the main menu, the text here, we're just going to call this that's our game title. And then we want play, options, and quit. Waste of time. Or just no time consuming is what I should say. And this is why it's good to, like, you can make widgets where you can just make a widget of a button. You can set it up how you want, and you can get a member variable on that widget called the title, and then it'll use that title and set it on the text below, so you don't have to go into these individual settings and change the font and size on everything again. So yeah. And then we're using a resolution options by the look of it. So in here, this is going to say resolution. And then the different settings in here are going to be various resolutions that you could set. Who uses that resolution? I put an X. I meant to do an X, sorry. Let's set this to our current resolution. Okay. Who throws a shoe? Who uses 640 by 480? Seriously? It really hurt. Okay. Set those. Had that earlier tutorial completely glanced over a header I needed to include. Took me a while to figure out the issue wasn't my code. Oh. I guess that is a sign of learning if you can figure out where mistakes are in the tutorial you're doing, but it can be very frustrating because when I do a tutorial, I expect it to be correct, and it can really, especially if you paid for it. I've had it on Udemy where you do a course and then it's like it comes back to a point in like 4 videos on going, oh, when we did this 4 videos ago, it didn't work properly because of this. And there's me 4 videos ago going like, this isn't working properly. What have I done wrong? Looking around for 20 minutes. Oh, that stuff makes me frustrated. But anyway, okay, so we've set these up. Let's save. Holding control, do each of the buttons, and then we can change the tint for the hovered. Okay, so each of these buttons, we should probably make this section a bit bigger now. All of these buttons have been selected now, and we want to go into appearance, hovered. I'm going to use an image here. We will just use a tint. I'll use a little subtle yellow highlighted tint. Sorry, not a hint. Sorry, no, that pop is my mouth. I'm sorry. I used to do it all the time to wind up Mala's Pixie. It used to be my drop things down noise. Like if I'm holding the mouse and moving something and letting it go. It did in web dev quite a bit. Sorry. The tint never shows the color you use. Should I make it stronger? All right, we'll make it bright yellow. I guess if it's a tint, it's probably multiplying it by the original color or something. Thank you for the heads up. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? We'll have to see that in action. Okay, the other things that we're going to do is in the layout of these buttons. We're going to set these to be fill. Oh, crikey. That's fine. It's just because we haven't extended out what's containing them at the moment. Okay, and then we need to select the image in the hierarchy and then under the details, under appearance and brush, select texture, sprite, and material to use. Example backgrounds. Oh, they've given an example background. No, we don't need you to give us an example background. We can use one of our own, I'm pretty sure. So where is it set? In the image? Appearance, brush. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring the file in, aren't I? I can't just go to like my computer and choose. Give me a sec. Okay, so let's just add in a quick texture. Let me find something on my computer. Okay, so we will go for this one, I think. Oh, hang on. Okay, I can't remember which one I used. Alright, sorry, we'll just use this. Drop that in. Oh, the color wheel. Now I know what you're on about specifically. Sorry, brain. You should go all the way and do mouth sound effects for more things. I think it's only the pop noise that I can do easily. I am the mouth magician, however. Okay, so elephant, I don't even know what I called it. Dan. No, click on the right thing. That. We just choose that. Please done. There. Okay. Good. The image size is that. I'm guessing at the moment this thing, yeah, you can see it's not the right size. Let's at least make it 100 for now, but we're probably going to make that quite a bit bigger. Okay. So in designer window, resize the image so that it takes up the entire layout. All right, is there a nice way to do this without me stretching it? Can we just set the anchor to that? And can we make it, can you make it fill? Size the content? It's just going to stretch it oddly, isn't it? All right, let's just do a 1080 by 1080 then, because we know it's a here's that ratio, and we'll just align it. Can we do it like that? Oh, okay, no, you can't do it like that. It's aligned to that. Oh, the position. There we go. Oh, hold on. So this is where, sorry, my bad. So no, so this is always at the top left. I don't know if you can ever change that. So this is where you would do this instead. Okay, fine. We'll go for that. What kind of UI making is this? I hated this tutorial. Well, I'm not surprised. I hate most of the Unreal tutorials. What are you trying to do? I'm doing exactly what the tutorial thing is telling me to do. Sorry, dude. So I was just trying to see a way if I could make this stretch to the full size of it without having to manually type that. But there's no like fill for image. There's size to content, which seems to be the closest thing. Okay. In the details panel for the image, you click the anchor, but oh, there it is. They just bloody told me where it was. This. Fill screen, you can also use scale box to hold the image, which will ensure the image scales and resizes appropriately. Yeah. So we should do that because it does say to do that. So what's quite nice, if you want another, you can wrap it. Instead of having to add another and reorganize them, you can do wrapping with. So we can go scale box. Our scale box then is following this format. So that just basically means if this gets scaled, it'll scale everything inside of it equally as well, I believe. And why we've got slight offsets here. But I can't be bothered to play around with it right now. Hold down Control and Shift while clicking that anchor button. Oh, you can't do an anchoring within a scale box, okay. Oh, hold Control to update the alignment to match. Hold Control to update the position to match. Oh, so is this the way that we could have... So if I do that, but I want to do it... Is that going to change the alignment? That changed this. And then if we set a position to middle, then we go on that edge. Okay, I think that's what you were saying, Brain, isn't it? That you can actually use the anchors. So if we wanted to be in the center in terms of the alignment, we could click on... I thought that would have done it. Control and click there. Oh, no, Shift, sorry. Yeah, that's what we want. And then position-wise, we want it to fill. Huzzah! Hey Merlin, how you doing? Nice to see you. Save that. Select both vertical boxes and anchor them to the left center position. So vertical boxes, we have these two. This one, what does that one have a name? This one's meant to be settings. I'm just going to call it settings to be more clear for now. Okay, so we want to take both of these and we want to align them to the left like that, it says. Okay, and on the options vertical box, set the visibility. So we can turn one of them. Oh, this is options, not settings, apparently. Whatever. We can change the visibility to hidden, like so. Means we shouldn't see that now. Okay. Select the main menu and resize it and position it in a designer window. Okay, so we want to go to the main menu. We're not going to move this, and we should start to see the things inside it as we move it. Da 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 da. This is the name of our game, apparently. There you go. Get more clear. These buttons are hideous at the moment, but that's okay. You can adjust the font and the size and the alignment from the details panels. Yeah. Let's make this larger, shall we? There you go. You can be 48. Great. I think you have many fonts by default, do you? Okay, we'll go for that one. So elegant. Do that as well. You can change the font on these ones. I don't remember where the font is. Oh, it's because it's the text inside of them. I can't remember which one I chose now. I think it was the Sans Mono, was it? No. Only bloody robot. Alright, great. So we've sorted that out. Sorry, part of me is bothered that it's hard to see them. Let's just... Oh, we can't even make them bold. Alright, let's make them dark instead for now. That's fine. Due to the font, it doesn't have a bold like preset, I guess. Yeah, the alignments are fine. Experiment with these settings to get your desired effect. Oh, thank you. Type your options vertical box and then move it directly behind your main vertical box. So can we like copy the settings from this? Let's try and make these slightly nicer numbers, shall we? What? What was it before? Why did it do that? Maybe it... Oh, it's minus 200. Fair enough. The size, let's have it 600 by 400. And we probably want it relative to this left side. Is this where we could do what Brain was saying earlier? The alignment. No, this is going to be the position. I think. No. Okay, so that's just a way to move it around. I'll get used to them, I guess. They will have some when it's running. Don't you worry. It'll be highly exciting. Okay, so now we need to make this second one the same. The hope was... I could just copy these. It's just the anchors. I kind of want all of it. Alright, never mind. 200 minus 200. $600, 400. And then the difficult we have there is... Well, there's more buttons in this one. That's bloody stupid, isn't it? Make it look the same. Select all of these. Change these to tiny, if I remember. We change them to be some black color as well. And this one we manually want to change to be 48, I think it was. Although it's the title of the game, it can be a bit smaller. This is like a sub menu, right? We'll center that. Okay. It's annoying me that that return button doesn't have a space between it, so we're going to just add in a quick spacer as well to deal with my pain. And on the Y, we're going to set it to 10. Okay. So they should be one on top of the other, like it's said to do, even if the buttons are different sizes. They're in the same place. I don't like it, but we're going with it. Okay, so only one of these is going to be visible at a time, FYI, so that's why it's okay that they're on top of each other, if that wasn't obvious. I need to go in 15. Can I jump in earlier? Yeah, sure. No problem, dude. Let me just get some headphones in and I'll jump on a voice with you now, dude. Okay, I have headphones equipped. Let me give you a call, shall I?
Hello.
Hello, beautiful brown-eyed.
Hi, man.
Hi.
Share my screen.
Give.
Frame rate. Yeah, the lower one. Okay.
Okay, let me just pop your screen onto my screen.
My screen is your screen,
And your screen is my screen. Da 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 da. I don't know the lyrics, I'm afraid.
Okay, you ready?
I am ready. You can have some fancy transition, aren't you?
Yeah, I avoided using the starter content like you did. I like my black background better.
That's fine.
Okay, so it's expecting me to press space now.
Okay.
I'm doing it. 3, 2, 1.
Vincent. I haven't seen Vincent for a long time. Hello. And it looks like you got some nice 9 splicing.
Yeah.
It looks tidy, that dialogue box. To be honest, that looks proper, like, that looks good.
I was lucky.
In which way?
I mean, I just played twice with the margins, and it ended up being okay.
Okay.
That's not the case usually, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna press space again.
Oh, look at that. Animations. Unreal sucks. Look, Vincent, don't be so negative. Anybody there? I like it. Did you see my ear?
It repeats loops.
Hey, no, it doesn't stop. Don't spoil the immersion.
Yeah. So this is it.
Is that holding it down then?
No, not holding, just tapping. And this is a nice bug.
It's such a creepy little bug.
Yeah, so I'm not checking if the animation is already playing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Vincent,
or maybe I should stop the previous animation before playing the second one. They're not overriding. They're just trying to play the values together.
Yeah. That makes sense. Karadeku in chat said Vincent is a Unity fanboy. Well, Brainoid's a little bit of a Unity fanboy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Brainoid's more of an ActionScript fanboy, but.
Yes.
Alrighty, so
so nothing fancy about this, I guess.
Oh, look at the lines! It's beautiful. Okay, so where are we? What's experimental scene? What is that? Is that your level blueprint?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my level blueprint. Yes.
That sounds good to me. Okay.
So I get the widget, I set it, edit the viewport, and play the default animation. So which is dialogue hidden.
Oh, okay. So is that a fade effect rather than a move, or does it move it off?
It just starts with an offset, and also I have this canvas panel. It's hidden.
Oh, sweet. Okay, you can just.
It doesn't hide it in here.
Yeah.
You need to do this, I guess.
I think it only previews it if you're playing with the timeline, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I have this press spacebar thing.
Yeah.
I just have a flag, a dialogue on flag, and I check it, and
so is that the way of doing it on and off sort of thing, right?
Yes.
Right, okay. And based on whether one is on or off, it plays the different animations, one to bring it on, one to take it off, right?
So the animations work like this. Once you create them, they're exposed variables.
Okay, where do you make them? Is it
just in the designer here? You add an animation.
Yeah. I've worked with these before, but I've done it for a while. So yeah, okay.
So
you make those; they show up as variables.
Basically, what I did was I added an animation, and then went here. I clicked canvas panel because this is hidden by default. I tracked it. Then I added visibility, and I changed this to visible.
So track is saying this is a parameter that I want to be part of my animation.
Yes, and then, for example, this is my dialog container, which contains everything. And then I track this, and I track its transform, and then you can go delete the rest of the transform stuff. We only need the translation.
Yeah, it keeps it tidier then, I guess, yeah?
Maybe, I need the Y value. Then add another keyframe, and move it.
So with the you need to do the canvas panel to make it visible because you have one that makes it invisible, right? That's the only thing you really need to track the canvas panel for.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, what else? And I needed to use a scale box here to keep the ratio, because you can place another image here with a different aspect ratio, but you need to keep the height
Right.
same.
Is that a scale box or a size box? It's a scale box, is it?
This is a scale box, and under that
There's an image.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between a size box and a scale box, really.
Size box. A widget that allows you to specify size it reports to have and desire. So it's maybe more about the child. Scale box is the opposite.
The constraints placed on this box is allocated area.
Allotted.
Allotted, yeah. Allotted. Anyway, we can just
so it says like single child fixed size, and this says single child aspect ratio. So it keeps the aspect ratio.
It's not a size, but it's the relationship between the width and the height.
As you can see, it keeps the aspect ratio
of the child. So if you let go of it while it's wider, it'll stay out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But it just keeps its child element.
Same here.
Yeah, excellent. That makes sense. You would have the same sort of thing happen, I guess, if you have fit settings on the image.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter, though. I'm just observing, sorry.
And here I have this written string, and sorry about the camel case here.
What are you doing? You're such a C# boy.
I'm not doing it when working with you.
Get out.
Okay. Such a C#. No, this is same for ActionScript.
It's the same for every language other than Unreal. Uses of even it's the same as CPP unless you're using Unreal, right?
Yes.
Anyway, okay, so where are we now? Let me just get some context. You're in the widget that we were just in, but in the graph element of it now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
We are on, what's the red event we're coming in? On tick. Okay, so on tick.
Yeah. So on tick, I have a frame count thingy, so I don't want to do this in every frame. I want it to be slow. So I'm appending the characters to the text.
Oh, to make it go. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Typewriter effect.
Yes.
Yeah, this is straightforward, except that I have a refresh function here where I set this written string to null, and I get the new string and set it here.
Right.
So where are we? So on every frame, we get the needed character and append it to this one.
Yeah, so get the character string from array. Where's your array of the...
It's the string.
This.
String.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's, the string is
this converts the string to a character array, yeah.
Okay, and then you're getting the index out of that, is it? To know how many?
Yes. Because I already know the length of this one.
Yeah.
It's zero by default. It gets this zero index here.
Yeah.
Then first, goes along.
Okay.
And I call it here somewhere. Yeah. Refresh. Dialog widgets refresh.
Right.
Function.
And that refresh function is what you showed a sec ago, was it?
Mm-hmm. So I refresh it. It deletes the previous string.
Yeah.
And sets the new one, and this is where I get the text block and set the text.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. This is it.
That makes sense.
Simple.
But
I think we need this.
Yeah, no, this sort of stuff is good. Like, this is like what we really want is a base amount of like things that we can just use and modify when we want to do a game jam, you know? So little things like dialogue is one, things like a menu that'll pop up is another, right?
Yeah.
The only thing you'll have with this is that classic thing that you see often in games, isn't it? Where it starts to write the last word on the line, and then it overflows and goes down to the next line. So then it moves the whole word. I hate that look. It bugs me. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I may not have explained it well.
Of course, I know.
Yeah.
It's common.
It is. But it doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter. But I just wanted to share my sadness.
It's okay for in the Jang game, I guess.
I mean, if you don't want to win, I mean, no, but that would be good. Like a menu, we've done a little bit with menus with Fun and Runner stuff as well, didn't we?
Just use short sentences.
Sure, yeah, just talking emotes only. We don't even need a dialogue system.
Stay away from walls of text.
Look, I can't help it.
I know. I cannot help it with the big scopes. You cannot help it with the
and I must learn to love you as you are. All right.
Okay. All right, dude, I need to go.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for sharing what you've done. That was really useful to see, actually.
Yes.
Lovely. Have a good rest of your day, Brainoid. Thank you, Brain.
Good luck. Good luck.
You're the best. Okay, that was very nice of Brainoid to share what he's done, because that gives us just a little bit more that we've learned today as well, which is great. I am going to grab a quick coffee, so I'll take a couple of minutes break, and then we'll come back and finish off this tutorial. So let me see, did I miss anything else in chat there? Pascal doesn't like camel case either, does it not? And Uno, of course you wanted some hot manga girl coming in from the... You're not going to turn Vincent into one of your little dating simulator games, Uno. All right? Behave yourself. I'll be back in just a short moment. Okay, we are back. Let us continue. Okay, so where were we at? We just made this main menu and we have one menu behind the other, the idea that only one will be visible at a time. So let's go and see. We're going to start the scripting of this now, so get our hands dirty and script the functionality of our main menu. At the end of this step, we'll be able to launch our game, the main menu, start our game, as well as change the resolution inside the options menu. Let's go into the graph side of things then. So in the blueprint, it says in the My Blueprint. Maybe, is that what they called it? It's called Main Menu. Oh, there's this. Oh, actually, no, My Blueprint is over there. I did not know that tab existed. Apologies. There we go. That makes a little more sense. Okay, so first off, we can add some button functionality. So if we go to the play button, we can do when this button is clicked, then we want something to happen. So we want to do that for each of our button. Does it let you do them in multiple of them? No, it doesn't. I thought that was too good to be true. On clicked. Did they use on click or on pressed? Yeah, on click. Click is the on the release, I guess. I think the down and up. So I've done options, I've done play, do quit, return, in 1, setting 2, and setting 3. Okay, good. Thank you for putting them nicely apart. We might end up keeping them apart. Let's not move them yet. Okay, sweet. Okay. We've arranged our buttons in the graphic to mimic the layout of our menu for clarity. Okay, I see what they're doing there. So within the options, they're then going to have these. This, obviously, this does not change the logic at all. It's just keep an eye. It might help visualize it a little bit better. So it's got the return there in the example. I really think the return would be here. I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to put it there. I'll be proven wrong, I'm sure, but for now it makes more sense to me to have it there. Okie dokie. So we've got that sorted for now. So on the play, we want to open a level. Okay, I don't have a. We don't have a level, do we? Set up for this. Maybe we should just make a quick second level then. So let's go back here. We just duplicate it and give it a different name. Duplicate it. This is going to be our first level. Let's just call it for now. And let's jump to that first level, save everything. And on the first level, we'll just, so I know if it's actually different, we'll just move some things around. Here we go. They're all in a line together. That might help me know that we're on a different level. Okay, save. That's good. We can go back to our title screen now. And essentially, the reason we did that is because we want to open a level when we press play. And the level that we want to open is going to be the name of it. So I think I just called it first level, didn't I? I don't like that you have to type in literals like that, but I'd like to be able to drag an asset and it reads the name from that. And then remove from parent self. So the reason for this is we are currently in the graph for this widget, right? So we no longer want this. When we loaded it, if you remember, we did a attach to viewport. So I think this is our way here of detaching from the viewport, I think. Okay. So the level name is where you indicate the name of the level. The remove from parent will remove the target widget blueprint from the viewport. Yes, I was correct. Okay. It is set to target itself. which is the main menu widget blueprint that we want to remove from view after the level is loaded. Okay. Hold Control to drag in the main menu and the options variable. So main menu and options. Oh, hold on. Oh, did I not make that a variable? I copied it. Did that not This. Ah, it's interesting. They bold if they're a variable as well. There we go. We learned something different. So with my options by ear, let's grab that in. Okay, drag off of the main menu and set visibility node and set to hidden. So we want to set our... Oh, this is going to be for our options button, isn't it? Yeah, let's move this stuff up then. So when we click on options, we want to set the visibility probably to invisible or hidden or whatever it is here. The difference between hidden and collapsed is like one will still affect the flow of the page. It's kind of like web. It's a lot like CSS sort of stuff, I find. The UI in Unreal Engine at least. Okay, sweet. So we'll probably do the return is going to do the opposite, I'm guessing. I'm going to just make that assumption. Oops. Okay, let's give ourselves a little bit more space to breathe. Okay. So for settings, we can execute a console command. I did not know this was a blueprint thing you can do. It's crazy. Okay. And I did not know this console command existed as well. So we can set these to change the resolution. Obviously, we'd need to change these to reflect what the different buttons will be doing. And this is the 1920, sorry, by 1080. Okay. So let's hook these up. Compile and save. Does it say anything else in here? Return button should be the same. Yeah, I've done that already. And the quit should be execute console command again. Is there not just like a quit game? It is a quit game. You could do that, or alternatively, they said in this tutorial that you can just do the quit command like that. So I'm not too sure if one is better than the other, but maybe this just calls that. Who knows? But it just seems bizarre not to have called it directly, but it's okay. Okay, so in the content browser, we're going to the main level and we're going to go to the level blueprint. So here we go. Go to the level blueprint. And in here, we want to go ahead and create this widget like we did with the HUD thing earlier today. So in event play, we want to create widget. And once this is in, you can then select it. We made a main menu one. You see it changes the name of the actual node as well for us. And then we want to add it to the viewport. That's what we did last time too. So we add to viewport. Make sure we hook those up. And then, yes, this we haven't come across before. So I guess this is something that comes off of the player controller. So get player controller. So per player controller, oops. Ah, come on. you have a function where you can set what's known as the mouse. Is it this one? Set mouse cursor? Yeah. No. That's the widget. Apologies. It's show mouse cursor. That's the one. Sorry, I missed the important word of show. There we go. So here is whether or not you want the mouse cursor, the pointer, to show, and when you're on the menu, you typically would want it to. So we're going to click the tick box there. So you can also change a game mode as well, isn't it? Like game only. No, I can't remember. Yeah, is it this? Set input mode game only. There's like a way you can have game only, game and menu, and then just menu only, if I remember correctly. We won't explore those for now. Oh my gosh, they actually just do that on the next bit anyway. They? Okay. Sorry, I just looked at the next picture a bit preemptively, but let's have a look what they do next. So open the first person character blueprint, and inside the blueprints folder, and set the input mode to game only. So this is what we did earlier on our character. After we do this, we do set input. Yeah, these are the ones I was on about, game and UI only or game only. That basically says you can't have a cursor, so it won't consume, the UI won't consume your input. Okay, let's chuck that in like that then. Okay. Just wondering, why should we get the owning clef for that as well? We didn't need to set it, but I wonder what the benefits of doing so would be. It's interesting how it shows the two different ways to do that without really explaining why. Set input game only to the branch. Oh, this is we don't have a begin play in here. I think in the old player character, it used to have more logic afterwards, so we can skip that bit of the tutorial. We can compile, and we need to go to the world settings and set up a few things. They've done it in the world settings. I think I'd rather do it in my game mode, since we've already got a game mode. So here's our game mode. We want to use a pawn to be our first person character. Just trying to see what they're doing here. Change the default pawn class to character, it says. Signing a game mode for this map and changing the player character to use the engine default character inside of the first. The engine default character inside of the playable first person character blueprint, as we do not want the player to be able to run around and shoot behind the main menu. Right, okay, I understand. So what we're doing an actual override intentionally on this first person game mode here, but we're, instead of having the character, we're actually setting it to that intentionally, so that it doesn't give us a character to spawn. So this means that we can probably take this back up here like I did earlier. I don't know whether it'll have gravity and just fall through the floor, though it very well may do. Okay, and then if we click the play button, we should have this. Test the resolutions. We can do new editor window from the play and editor options. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at that, shall we? So when we go play, we want to go new editor window. Oh, I've had out of memory crash. It's the first one of the day. It's killed my computer and probably the stream. I don't know. Can you, if anyone's in chat, let me know if you can still hear me. My OBS is frozen. Like everything is broke. I flipping hate using Unreal on my computer at the moment. I can't even see if anyone's writing because my Chrome is broke as well. Bear with me a moment. I'd love if I was doing something actually computationally intensive to warrant it saying you're out of video memory when this sort of thing happens. At the moment, I'm a bit stuck in terms of what I can do. I don't know if I'm still streaming or not, even at this point, so I can't see chat. I can't really do anything. Okay, well, it seems like I've got Chrome back up and running, and it seems like my stream's still going. So if you've said anything in chat in the last 2 minutes, I haven't seen it. Apologies, but there we go. I can carry on. We're almost at the end of stream, and I don't want to restart stream because it means when I do the highlight videos, I'll have to chop it up a bit. Thank you, Vietlol. Nice to see you, by the way. Okay, let's go and see how much we've got left in this project since it crashed. It's really starting to become very irksome for me that I'm not doing much. I'm streaming and using Unreal, and it just crashes and significantly just kills. Discord just died, Unreal Engine just died, Chrome just died, and Streamlabs all just died and became unresponsive unless I force closed them. It's just like, that shouldn't happen. All I tried to do was to launch a session as well so I could test what I've been doing. Okay, so we were in here, we'd gone into override. Didn't I make my own game mode? I think I did. Oh. What? Okay, I'm guessing this is a... We can change this because it's... Oh, did I not make a blueprint of that, though? Hang on, did I call that... Oh, I called it the wrong bloody... name. Sorry, we're on the 5th one. I was wondering why this said 4 in there. Okay, if we change it to that, that still allows us to. Great. So the idea that we're using a character here so that when we start, let's just put it over the edge just in case it does fall. Save. All right, we've saved everything. Is it your video RAM though? I think that the message came up and said video RAM. I can't, sometimes it just says memory, other times it says video memory. Like all I have to go by are the little pop-up messages. I'll have to try and show them again sometime. Yeah, I don't like this auto-saving stuff, or the like. It always, no matter if I press like Control-Shift-S, it still feels like I lose progress. It's silly, but there we go. Anyway, let's not turn it into a negative. We're almost the end of the stream. We'll stay positive. Watch it crash when I try and do this again. So what I wanted to do was to launch in a new window. Please don't die. Okay, great. Here we go. So there I am. I can't move because there's no controller. We can go into options. Look at this. Oh, it's a tiny window now. Oh gosh, I resized it accidentally. Oh, full screen. Such glory. Return. And then we go to our game. Wonderful. I can fly around. A world of nothingness. There we go, though. So I think that's a decent starting point for us. We should also put the HUD on this level. For some reason, it hasn't got the HUD, so we'll sort that out. And then we will. We are pretty much done for the day there. Let's sort this out though, because what I want is when we load into the second level. Where are we? Levels. Let's just save. First level. Go into this. I'll actually just move things back quite a bit. We just want room for the character to move around. That's all. Doesn't really matter much more. And that we can shoot things. Okay, that's fine. So the character that's spawning in here is this. And it will be using the project settings because there's no override. So if we go into maps and modes, we can see it's using this game mode here. Okay. Let's go into this game mode. Oh, it's just using character. And HUD. By default, I changed these. Did it not save them or what? Or did it not? Oh, I don't know. Stuff it doesn't matter. So the HUD, I don't think we made a HUD. We can leave that the same. We just need to change this character to be the first person character. Let's compile and save that. We should now still have it. So if we go back to levels, and we go to our title screen, we should still. Oh no, it does it. This is the select, so you can change it, but that actually changes the game mode. All right, so we're just gonna have to change the game mode for this title screen. That's fine. We'll change this to be character instead. That might do the trick for us. So if we save, here we go. So now we can go to options. We can change the resolutions, and then we can press play. Takes us in, and it's not selected the same. Why is it doing this? Do I need to set the game mode per level? It's something I'll have to look into the game modes, how they work. I'll remind myself of how they work another time. So on that first level, maybe we need to manually choose, okay, we want this game mode. And then, yeah, okay, sweet. I think that'll work now. Just escape out of that and we'll go back to the main screen. Sorry, it came up on my second screen there. So it always starts on this screen, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, so we have a window here. We can then go ahead and, hey Flav, nice to see you. Go into options, we can switch between these. And then we can go ahead and play. And then we have an energy thing. We can shoot and our ammo goes down, and then we can fake taking damage as well. Okay, it's really basic, but for me it's fine. It's good for a first session as well, just to have gotten back into it. And we'll have a look. We'll keep building on UI stuff and more complicated stuff as we go through these.